The Kinesthetic Strategy by Brandon Brown. What is the kinesthetic strategy? It's a multisensory approach that emphasizes learning through movement and tactical activities. It improves physical movement to reinforce learning, such as tracing letters in sand, using fingers to write in the air, or forming letters with the body. The kinesthetic strategy. This method is especially helpful for students with learning disabilities because it engages muscle memory and strengthens the connection between what a student may see, do, or feel. The kinesthetic strategy is commonly used in spelling and handwriting instruction to help students utilize letter shapes, phoneme, grapheme, correspondence, and word patterns. But why does this strategy work? For students struggling with traditional visual and auditory learning, adding a kinesthetic component gives the student a pathway to grasp and retain information. So what are some of the materials needed to implement this strategy? Well, you need tactile surfaces such as sand trays, shaving cream, finger paint, and rice bins. Large writing surfaces such as chalkboards, whiteboards, or paper for air writing or tracing. Manipulatives such as letter tiles, texture letters, pipe cleaners to form letters, and multisensory worksheets, activities involving cutting, tracing, or creating letters and words. Effective delivery methods of kinesthetic strategy. Sand shaving cream writing. Students will use their fingers to trace letters or words in sand trays or shaving cream. A good example would be practicing sight words by writing them in shaving cream on desk. Air writing is also another way to use the kinesthetic strategy. Students will trace letters and words in the air with large arm movements while saying the letter name out loud. A good example would be for the word cat. Students will air write C-A-T while saying each sound. K-A-T. Using letter tiles or magnetic letters. Students will physically manipulate letter tiles while sounding them out. A good example would be to use the tiles for the students to create ship and discuss the sh sound as they do it. Tactile letter cards. Students can trace sand letters with their fingers while saying the letter name and sound. A good example would be a student tracing the word B while saying B. I'm sorry, that should have been, I apologize. A good example would be for the student tracing the letter boat while saying the sound B. Well, how does this strategy benefit a struggling learner? The kinesthetic strategy reinforces phonics, spelling, handwriting, and memory by using muscle movement and tactile feedback. It is particularly helpful for students with dyslexia, dysgraphia, and other learning disabilities who benefit from multisensory instruction. So how will a teacher prepare for the kinesthetic strategy? Well, you will set up tactile materials such as sand trays, shaving cream, and rice bins. Provide letter manipulatives like tile, magnetic letters, or pipe cleaners for shaping letters. You will create or gather texture cards, for example, sandpaper letters, and you would designate space for movement activities. Print or create multi-sensory activity worksheets. As far as scaffolding, the instructor will model the kinesthetic activity for students. You will pair movement with sound. You will say the letter sound while tracing. You'll provide intermediate feedback and reinforcement. You will monitor and support students individually as needed, and you repeat these activities to reinforce letter and word recognition. Reflection and feedback. Observe the student engagement and participation and collect work samples such as photos and checklists. Adjust materials or instruction based on student progress. You will collect work samples such as photos and checklists, adjust materials and instruction based on student progress, and provide feedback. Well, how do you know this strategy is working? Well, student engagement. Some of the signs: students are actively participating in tracing, building, and forming letters and words. They are enthusiastic and focused during the activity. Reluctant learners and those with disabilities are more willing to engage with this method. Improve letter recognitions. Some of the signs will be students are identifying letters and sounds more accurately and consistently. They show improved performance on phonics and spelling assessments. They make fewer letter formation and spelling errors in their writing. We will also see better retention over time. Students remember words and spelling pattern in days and weeks, and they will transfer what they've learned to new contexts using the words correctly in writing. Also, observable writing progress. Some of the signs will be handwriting becomes more legible and consistent. Students demonstrate clear letter spacing, correct slant, and better formation. Also, students complete writing tasks with more confidence and letter frustration, with more confidence and less frustration. Thank you, and that's my presentation on kinesthetics.